What is Tyler Hero on right now? That's what I need to know.
No, he's been hooping, no?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about the Heat and where the direction they're going.
No, but check it out. The game was tied with a couple seconds left, and they called a timeout when they didn't have timeouts,
The Pistons did?
the Heat did, which
Uh-huh.
resulted in a free throw, a technical foul free throw, which they made. So they were down by one with 1 second left. And then the other team still got the ball. Then they fouled him, and he made two free throws. So they lost by three. But holy
Damn.
shit.
What a shitty way to lose.
I don't know, man. Heat are 4-6 this year.
I mean, she look a little funny in the light. That's all I'm gonna say.
And I don't know that Jimmy just doesn't is not playing. I don't know what's happening.
I don't know what's going on with Jimmy anymore. I think he's just too old at this point. I just don't see it going anywhere positive. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you.
But
That's
it's
why I said I
also
don't.
like really boring rhetoric, you know?
I
Like
mean,
it's
I
not it's
get
not
it.
it's not your fault. It's not anyone's fault, but like it's such just being like, "Yep, dudes are just old and they stop playing."
No, no, I get that. It's just I guess my logic was always at some point the Jimmy train has to end, right? Like just not even like because he's bad, but just father time, right? And he has not
Yeah.
been the healthiest, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
It's looking like on that Heat squad, it's just Bam and Tyler Hero. If anybody else wants to help out, that'd be great.
I mean, if Bam wants to help out, that'd be great. Bam's been iffy this year.
You leave Bam alone.
I do what I want. Bam, bam. You feel me?
Um I by the way, guys, welcome to episode 18 of the Bench Player Podcast.
We kind of
Follow
getting
us
crazy.
and all that stuff. Yeah, we life is lifing, but we try to take the time to where we can provide such outlandish sports takes, crazy music reviews.
Past few
Um,
weeks of music's been kind of fun.
my wife just sent me a text message. She
Okay.
said, "Don't you feel like salt is the water of seasonings?"
Hey, yo, that might be a bar. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I don't know.
What is happening?
I don't
What
even.
drugs is she on right
It's one
now?
of those days, you know. It's one of those days. But nah, we've been doing our shit. Um, I wish from the bottom of my heart, I really wish that somehow the conversations that we have in text over sports and music would be the best pod conversations. And then we get on the pod and then we're just like, Jimmy
Uh,
Butler's old. I'm like, where's I don't know if I'm pussy. I don't
I
know if
mean,
I'm
you.
scared.
I mean, I ain't gonna say it, but if you put it out there,
I've seen the internet reaction to some of our takes. Like it's almost like you're testing the waters, right? And then you're just like, hey, Eminem's not that good anymore, and they just fucking attack you, and you're like, you know what? I'm not putting my foot in that water anymore.
it's crazy when you say facts and people get attitude. Like that's my problem with this. That's all I'm saying, man.
I hate perspective. I hate interpretations. I wish more things were black and white. I wish more things had a definitive answer.
So you don't like brown people? Is that what you're trying
Whoa.
to say?
Yo. That's crazy. Yo.
I'm just here to make things interesting. That's all. I'm
So
wearing brown. That's crazy. I
I
see the
have
hatred.
this is gonna be crazy. I have a race question. I have a race question, and I seriously
We're
do
gonna
not.
get canceled like 3 minutes into this pod.
No,
I'm
I'm
down. Let's go.
asking you because
No, that makes it worse.
I don't respect my opinion on it.
You as my token black friend. I need you.
I want you to speak for the people now.
Oh, okay.
So, one thing I've noticed about typically just the people of
Oh
color,
shit. I don't like
right?
where this is going.
No, and I think we've kind of had conversations like this, but I wanted to get more into the root of it.
Don't try to put me on blast. Like I don't
No, it's not crazy. It's not like bad or anything.
know.
So I've noticed, especially on the internet, I've noticed that when there's a person of color
hmm
that's kind of going crazy, like
hmm
Orlando Brown, right? He's Orlando Brown from That's So Raven and stuff. Like he goes crazy.
You just ignore it.
Terrence Howard was going crazy at
Nah, big
some
dog.
point.
That
Cat
didn't happen.
Williams is going crazy at some point, right? And I think it's cool. There's so much support from the community. Like, oh, he might be. I think he's on to something, and he's clearly crazy. And
See,
I want to know, in my from my perspective, it seems like it's coming from a place of we don't want to see one of a part of the community seem crazy in public, so we're going to support. That's what it seems like to me, but I also don't
but
know.
I also think that for to some impacts, people of color trust people of color. And we
Okay.
think now we all think Orlando Brown is crazy. Let me
No, I swear to you, look at the comments and they're just
big
like,
dog,
y'all aren't woke enough to understand. And I'm like,
big
what?
dog. He said Bow Wow got some good pussy. There's nothing woke about that. I just
But they make it like y'all aren't deep enough to understand what he's really saying. And I'm like,
I think
or you get the people
what is
that
a
go,
what algorithm do you have?
or do you get the people that go, oh, he's just playing a character because he knows that he can't get serious with y'all, so he's got to play a character. And I'm like, the dude smoked his brain cells away.
I every comment I have read about Orlando Brown has absolutely said he is batshit crazy.
You got
I
the white
stand
algorithm,
I got the white algorithm. I
and
have the
I
comments.
got the wrong one. We got swap algos, dude.
See, look at you. You put it on all races.
Here
It's
we
not
go.
what this is. I got the common sense algorithm, which is full of black people. Let me be clear.
No, I
Uh,
get you. No, but
it's
see, that's
people are
something I didn't
crazy.
think about.
I rock with Cat Williams. I'll be honest with you. Do I think some of the stuff he says is crazy? Absolutely. Do I think there's some truth to what he says? Sure. Uh, I think that when people are that crazy, when they say things, not all of it is as crazy as it seems, but they say so much crazy shit that it kind of doesn't matter.
Like Cat Williams just flat out like lied to people
Oh no, 100%.
and was
100%.
proven to lie.
He's like, "Yeah, I run a 4.140 dog."
He ran
Come
like
on,
a
bro.
4.7 and it wasn't a 40.
No. No,
It
he was
was
fast for
like
his
it was pretty
age.
quick. Yeah.
Yeah, no, like if he was in a race with other people his age, he might have won.
He's like, I
But
used to read 12 books a day.
yeah, big dog.
What?
That doesn't even make sense. Um, he says it confidently though, so we just kind of rock with it. Uh, I mean, it is what it is. Sometimes, and I've learned in my lifetime, you just gotta let people get their shit off, and that's okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There's
No.
nothing wrong with that. I ain't gonna stop him. You know, if he read 12 books a day, let that man read 12 books a day. Mind your business. That's all it
No.
is.
Yeah. I think it's one of those things where if you say enough crazy things, like if
Something
everything you say is crazy 100% of the time, and like a couple of things turn out to be in the realm of truth,
everything's accurate.
you look like a genius.
What they say, a broken clock is right twice a day.
Yeah. Like
That's what it
because
is. I guess.
he has the bit in his stand up about Hollywood parties. And then the Diddy
Correct.
thing happens. And they're like, "See? He been trying to tell you." And I'm like,
But
"Let's
that's what I
not
said. That's
argue the
what
fact that he's a pathological liar."
but let me say, even that's what I say when people are crazy, sometimes I think they say so much crazy shit that everything is like we're not paying attention to shit. But some of these things come from something. Now, it may
Right.
not be 100% true, but I think some of these things come from something. And I think that we all know Hollywood's a little twisted where we just kind of believe whatever it said.
Yeah. No, I Cat Williams is my favorite comedian of my favorite stand-up comedian. His Pimpin' special is my favorite batch of stand-up comedy. So it's not like I hate him. It's just I just noticed that the support, like when Terrence Howard was going on that run talking about uh two
No,
was it
he's,
two times one is four or some shit like that?
you
Or
know, sometimes you have to ask questions like, dog, where you get these drugs from?
that's
I'm
a
curious.
whole Then what did he say? He
I,
said he remembered being in his mom's womb.
yeah, that's crazy.
He's
That's
like,
crazy.
he's like, I remember looking at my hand and thinking, wow, this is my little friend in here. And I'm like, you didn't even know the words to think that.
Exactly. I
Nor
sometimes
are your eyes open.
it, sometimes, once again, as I said before, you must let people get their shit off. I don't question it. I don't believe it, but I don't question it. Let them be crazy. It's okay. It's okay to be crazy sometimes. Do you, big dog?
Nah, it's definitely funny. It's definitely funny. But we're coming off of we're getting our first like handful of basketball games. You know,
Yes, sir.
some teams 10 or so games in, depending
Okay.
on who you watch.
Cleveland undefeated. Who
12 and 0.
who'd have thunk it
Right, and it's not
against
like
the
one guy's really killing it. The leading scorer of that team is Donovan Mitchell, but he's only averaging like 23, and they're 12 and 0.
Darius
Garland,
Garland's gone crazy a couple
20
of games.
points a game. Evan Mobley, looking like the best player of that draft class, like you said.
They look solid, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. They look
Yeah, and
really solid.
it's definitely
It's
it's
early though.
it's early though, and I think what we've been saying the East is really top heavy, and the West, the talent spread out. And if you look at the conferences right now, you see it on paper. Right now,
Yeah.
you could be 4-7 and make the playoffs in the East. In the West, you could have a winning record and miss it. So there
Yeah.
you go. You
Welcome
know,
to it's tough out here, man. But like I said, we're 10, 12 games in. Um, it's interesting, man.
how
I, I
about
do I do want to talk about my favorite character in NBA sports. Um, let's start this off with who the hell needs to be fired already? Okay, let's go. Um, so the Doc Rivers.
Here we go.
Uh,
ISO, I got a baby on me.
Doc
ISO.
Rivers. First and foremost, I would like to thank him for breaking up with whatever the hell was going on in Milwaukee because that shit's over. Um, I don't know why they decided to bring him on. Oh boy was doing a good job coaching. They said we're gonna fire dude, bring in Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers has been an atrocious coach ever since they've been there. And then on top of that, he starts the season off. He sees Darvin Ham doing his things like, dog, you ass, you got to be on my squad. And I don't understand what's going on in Milwaukee, but it seems appropriate that they are just trash with Doc Rivers sitting courtside, voice raspy as hell, sounding like he got peanut butter stuck on the top of his throat, trying to have a conversation in the middle of a hug. Oh, we gotta keep it together. I saw somebody say KG said anything is possible because they won a championship with Doc Rivers. What?
Oh God.
What are we talking about? I'm
It's not like I overcame so much
Yeah,
adversity. It's
no,
that he
you
was
had
my
a
coach.
squad. You had a squad in one. I don't want to hear Doc Rivers anything anymore. Doc Rivers should be fired. They could put Darvin Ham as coach. They might have a better chance. I'm gonna be honest with you. And I think Darvin Ham is boo boo. So I just we got to have some serious conversations. Ones that I've been having since last year. I think Doc Rivers is a horrible coach. Um, I think he has no place in the NBA. He should maybe go coach in Little League. Like the 4-year-olds.
Yeah.
I think he would have a good job there. Not coaching, maybe as a ref, um, just so he can kind of lead these kids to success. I just sometimes you have to question why people have jobs, I guess is what I'm trying to say. When was that Celtics championship? 2008?
Yep. Yep. That was
16
2000.
years ago.
Technically, if you want to even go back one more, I mean, the season started in '07, but yes, the championship was in '08.
16 years ago. That is a driving child distance away. That's how long ago that should happen. A kid was born and is
A
now
kid,
driving.
kid's got his permit with them years.
Bro, he got a kid already. What are we doing?
To further your point, since Doc Rivers has took over as the coach of the Milwaukee Bucks, they have a at least regular season record of 19 and 27.
Do you know who's on that team? I just want to. He's not playing with scrubs.
and obviously
I don't know, man.
lost the first round of the playoffs last year. So
And there's now becoming talk of Giannis leaving, of trying to buy his way out or force a trade rather. Um, he's kind of thrown some cookies out there here and there about, hey, we'll see what happens, things like that. You know, that conversation you always start to hear before somebody asks for a trade
right, yep.
at some point down the line. Um, at what point, I guess, is what I'm trying to ask, is the Milwaukee fans going to exile Doc Rivers? If the owner's not going to do it, sometimes you have to take a stand as a fan base and say, look, big dog, if you get rid of Giannis, we're Milwaukee. Nobody wants to come here.
And that's the report. The report came out today that um, they don't think the GM has the power to make another head coaching move in the middle of the season. So um, they,
Why they made one in the first place is beyond me.
you know, I wish I had an answer for you. Like I understand the thought process.
Why? What's the thought process? Explain it to me.
I
I
mean,
don't get it.
I know like you don't believe the process, but because you don't think Rivers is a high quality coach. But the thought process is that he is,
But
and
they
he
were
has championship pedigree.
dog. I could have coached that team to a championship in 2008. I was 15.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but that's the
And
thought process.
what has he done since? He's had more years of disappointment and failure than he's had of championship pedigree. Championship pedigree, one, failed years, 1,000. We
Damn,
have to
a
stop
thousand
and put some
failures.
reality into what we're talking about. You had a winning coach, a coach that had this Milwaukee team thriving and doing great things. We said, nah, big dog, you're fired. We're about to bring this scrub in here to make sure we stay looking like Milwaukee.
Make sure we stay mediocre.
Yeah, no, you doing way too good, big dog. Relax. Go somewhere else. Um, I don't understand it. I've always hated Doc Rivers. I've never gotten it since he was with the Clippers and had the comeback on him when they were up 3-1. I mean, one of the times that he lost when he was up 3-1, because there's more than one. No other coach has that except for him. I just wanted to clarify.
No, I
He
can't
might
say
be he's probably the most disappointing coach of all time. That's what I'm trying to say.
with the championship, he's still the most disappointing coach.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, no, I got you. What about Steven Silas?
Steven Silas. I can't even be sorry for him because he was just. Have you ever seen like a church choir boy? And they said, "Hey, big dog, we know you're just an innocent little child that maybe knows a little bit about basketball. We about to throw these 20-year-old superstar attitude dudes who are going to run all over you and let you coach a team and make you cry every day." I'll never forget when he put his little speech up and started banging the desk. That shit looked so scripted. He did that shit in the mirror 3 times before went up there. I can't, and guess what? He only had 3 years. And they said, all right, we got to go.
They're like, that's enough.
Doc Rivers has had 20.
Yeah,
He
I
keeps
don't
getting
know.
jobs. I don't understand. Like I said, I don't know. I don't get it.
It's
It's fr
definitely
it's
one.
frustrating, and I'm not a fan of either of the teams he's coached.
Yeah, it's not like you got. It's not like you have a
I have
horse in the
zero,
race.
I have
It's
zero stake in the situation.
you're
I
just
just
like
feel for the fan base.
um
I would leave my team. I'm a diehard fan. Diehard fan. I got Rockets license plate, Rocket necklaces,
yeah.
Rocket jerseys. If they hire Doc Rivers, I'm done.
You just you can watch someone else.
I'm gonna throw my car away. I'm not gonna remove the license plate. It's got stench on it. It's got to go. I just, I want the NBA to do better. Why does Darvin Ham have a job?
Did you see when they were leaking the sound bites of him in the huddle, and then he
Yes.
he was like, "Hey yo, salute."
Yeah, he's like, get back. Salute. What?
They're like need a play, and he's like, y'all just keep trying your best. Salute.
Dog, get your ass off the goddamn bench. Go get some water bottles or something.
No. Yeah. So far
I hope so. Shout out JJ Redick. I like what he's doing over there. He's got the
yeah,
Lakers. He's got the Lakers looking functional for the first time in like 2.5 years.
I mean, I'll talk about it later when we talk about like so I have an ongoing list, a top
Okay.
5 of MVP, the MVP race, and then I have the rookie of the year race. Um and I'll just do a spoiler. Anthony Davis name's on there.
Oh yeah, Anthony Davis looks fantastic.
Boy,
NBA points leader, still the points leader
no, it's Giannis now. Giannis just took it over
per game.
per game. Giannis just took it over.
Mm,
I
oh
think
boy,
by
heavy.
point. I swear on every all things holy. Yeah. 31-6 and Anthony Davis is 31-2.
Ooh, let's see how long that lasts. I want to know
Yep.
what Giannis got right now. He about to lose that shit. Giannis has 21. It's over.
Nah, go
But
wait. Then AD needs to score like 30 tonight.
no, Doc Rivers is gonna see him and bench him just because he doesn't understand why he's scoring so many points.
If you score so many points and we losing, that means you're not
No,
giving the ball.
Milwaukee is healthy in 2-8. I mean,
No Chris Middleton, but I don't think anyone
no,
has.
that don't count. I don't care about that. You got two of your biggest superstars. Shut up. Go play ball.
Yeah, it's
It's rough over there. No, Giannis is getting outscored by Grady Dick
yo, that's another name I have written down.
for MVP. Hell yeah.
No, no.
I'm making sure. Get Dick down.
Get Dick down. No, well, since we're on it, I made a note of two players who were part of the rookie class last year that we did not, that nobody cared about. These guys just got drafted in the middle of everything.
Hmm.
That are actually hooping. Bilal Hulabi for Washington, who was drafted seventh. I think he was drafted by Indiana, but then he ended up making his way in a trade to the Wizards. He's averaging 16, 5, and 3 on 57% shooting from the field this year, which is impressive for a guy that we didn't even know.
Yeah.
And then Grady Dick, drafted 13th, averaging 19 a game this year.
Hmm.
19 on
37% from the three. That's nasty.
on 46% shooting. Like,
I'm
dude
not
is
mad at that.
now check this out, but there's also a yin and a yang to that, right?
Hmm.
Second overall pick, Scoot Henderson. He was 14 points a game his rookie year. He has dropped to 11.8 points per game, and he's shooting 27% from three.
I want to say I was on the Scoot train at some point. So I don't want to sit here and clown people for thinking he was going to be great. But my God, am I happy that we did not have that pick.
And to think that it's like, man, we were sitting here talking about Scoot at two and, him and Wimby, not saying we wanted Scoot over Wimby, but, talk about the battles they had and everything. Meanwhile, you wish you had Grady Dick.
Yeah, we could all use some more dick.
Okay. You know what? Um,
Pause. Pause. I'll do a pause in there. We're fine.
so talk about my MVP ladder. Okay.
Okay.
Number one is boring. I'm sorry.
Jokic.
Jokic.
Yeah.
Dude is averaging 30, 14, and 12.
I
And
don't even
Nuggets
like
are
basketball.
and
That's what's so
Nuggets
funny.
Nuggets are 7-3. Nuggets are 7-3. So like, what do you
Jokic
got?
hates this shit. That's what makes it so funny.
30, 14, and 12. I get it, it's fucking 10 games. But oh my God.
He's about to have like 75 MVPs before he retires. And he's
Like
gonna like throw them trophies in the trash can. He don't give a shit.
he just gives it to his kids to play with.
He's gonna give it to his horses. Shit in this.
So number one, I got Jokic. Number two, Anthony Davis.
Of course.
31-10 with 2 blocks a game. Lakers are 6-4. So, not terrible. Number three, I got Jason Tatum.
Okay.
Uh
Jason Tatum came out tough.
37-5 to start the year, and the Celtics are second in the East. Um, he's having a crazy year so far. Four, I got Shea.
Okay.
SGA's averaging 28, 5, and 6, and Thunder are number one, which I mean, they're my West pick, so happy to see that. Number five, I got Luca. He's averaging 28 and 8, but the Mavs are 5 and 5, so you're a little low on the ladder because of that. And I know Donovan Mitchell is only averaging 23 a game, but he's the leading scorer on a team that's 12 and 0. So he's like an honorable mention. Like if he turns
He
it
got
up
to
and
be.
scores more points, like come on now.
He could be a shoe in real easily.
Yeah. Um so I got a rookie of the year ladder, okay?
Okay. Okay.
Rookie of the year. This is so underwhelming.
Can we start at 5 and work our way up?
Let's start at 5. Okay. Um Five, I got Jared McCain for Philly. People don't like his painted nails, but
Mad TikToks, mad
uh,
TikTok. He's hooping though. He's hooping.
he's 10 points a game. He's gonna get a lot more run with Maxi being out, so we're gonna see a
Correct.
lot more of him. So he's five. Number four, I got Bub Carrington for Washington. He's averaging 10 points, 4 rebounds, and 5 assists, and that team is awful, so he gets to play. Number three is an interesting pick, a second rounder, Jalen Wells for Memphis, averaging 11 points per
Hmm.
game on 39% from three. He's the second leading rookie scorer in the
That's
league,
crazy.
and he's a
That's
second round
crazy.
pick. Number two, I got Zachary Ristichet. He leads all rookies with 12 points a game. He's averaging a block a game, so he's showing good 3 and D skills. Inconsistent shooting, though. He's shooting
Yeah.
38% from the field, 26% from three. But he had that one big, like 33-point game, so
Yeah.
he's number two. Number one, I got Zach Edey.
Absolutely. He's
He's
looked
having
fantastic.
11 points, 6 rebounds, in only 19 minutes a game.
That's crazy.
11 and 6 and only 19 minutes. So if he can get um he played a lot of minutes in college. I don't know why he doesn't play more, but imagine what
I'm
his
sure.
stats look like if he can get a good 28 a game, you know?
You see Valanciunas bump into him and then Zach Edey just stared him down. It's the type of energy I need in the NBA. I like that. Especially in Memphis with Ja. Shoot that man. God damn it. I like it.
Josh like I don't even like argue with people. I just shoot them.
Yeah. Edey's
But
picking it up. I like it.
also flip side of the coin, um a rookie that's struggling. Alex Sarr was rumored to be the first pick in the draft.
Correct. I think thought we were sold on that.
This guy is averaging 9 points a game. He's shooting 33% from the field and 18% from three. And I watched a lot of Washington games this year. That dude looks bad. Like he looks like he has no touch. He like his defensive potential looks good. Like
Correct.
he's
Which
lengthy.
is what he's brought in on in hindsight. But
You seven, was he 7-1? And you're shooting 33% from the field? Bro, you're seven. Just go like this. Just go.
dog, just get in the paint.
Just
What are you
do it.
get closer to the basket? What are you
Get,
doing?
get closer to the basket.
Big dog, get in there. What the fuck? Uh, and I think if you are going to coach somebody who is 7 feet, get off the goddamn 3 point line. Move. Stop it. You're shooting 18%. My
Are we
daughter has better. What are we doing?
are we old heads now?
Yes. Get your ass in the paint, you big ass boy.
But you think he's skinny. What's he gonna do in the paint?
I don't give a shit. Try. It's better than shooting threes. What the fuck are you doing?
18% is wild. 18% is crazy.
18% is like shooting blindfold for Steph Curry. No, he might be higher than that. I don't
Yo,
know.
oh my gosh, this is so unrelated, but I have a basketball question.
What's up?
Who would you you are such an overthinker and you take these questions to a whole nother level.
I'm going quick. Let's go.
This year alone, not don't care about the past. I don't care about the future.
James Harden.
Right now, James Harden. Right now, your team is it's middle of the season. You're at 500. You're 20 and 20. You're not doing
Hmm.
good. You're not doing bad. You have a choice between one of these two players. Contract doesn't mean anything. Future, past doesn't mean anything. Who do you want on your team right now? Ben Simmons or Russell Westbrook?
That's a funny question.
That's a
Uh,
good question.
neither. Can I
Can I have an open roster spot?
can I just hold where I'm at? I'm 20 and 20. It can only
Can
go
I
down from
go
here.
5-on-4? Can I just not get a player out there?
I'm still taking Russ. I don't care. I refuse. Russ, what do they call it? Russ, you get the Russ extravaganza sometimes. And
And
that's
it's
just it is what it
sometimes
is.
it's funny, you know?
Sometimes it's fun. What is it? I think the other day he went stupid.
He had a
But
real good game the other day,
that's what I'm saying. It's part of if you've ever had Russ on your team,
which we
you under,
have,
you understand what I'm talking about.
you
There's
know.
just the Russell Westbrook experience, where have you ever been on a roller coaster before that has not very many heights?
but
It don't
it's
go up
but it's
there.
but it's fun at the same time.
Well, it's real curvy on the ground, but it don't go up very high. But when it does, oh boy, you are in for a treat. But
So
Russell, I don't know, man. I've never met somebody who had an IQ of zero in basketball.
so this is one of the most impressive stats that I have ever seen in my life. And we've talked about this, and this is the game you're referencing. Russell Westbrook in a game against the first place Oklahoma City Thunder. He played 32 minutes, went 10 for 15 shooting. That's 60, almost that's 67% from the field.
Mm-hmm.
3 for 4 from three, 75%.
It's crazy.
Missed a handful of free throws. We're not talking about that. He was 29, 6 and 6 with a steal, and only four turnovers.
The Russell Westbrook experience. What was that next
Listen,
game like?
hold
What
on,
was
hold
that
on.
next
Listen, I'm not
game?
done. I'm not done. I'm not done.
My bad, my bad, my bad.
So Denver won this game. In that game where Denver won with that stat line of 29, 6 and 6 on 10 of 15 shooting, he was a negative 14 plus minus. That is damn near impossible. To have that, you have to be scoring, and then on defense, you have to just be like, all right, go ahead, go.
No, y'all got it. I
Just
did my
go.
job already. It's cool. I'm good.
They now, if the whole team lost, that negative 14 can be explained. Like,
Right.
okay, everybody was trash. But you were negative 14 and your team won the game
You were
with
efficient. You scored a lot of points, and you were better off not on the court still.
what? With
The
like
Russell Westbrook experience.
that dude is an anomaly. Like I can't, and I'm texting you, and I'm like having a therapy session. Like I'm going through it. I'm like, dude, I feel like I know basketball a pretty good amount. I cannot understand this whatsoever. And you're just like, you ain't gotta understand it, dude. You
It's
just
the
gotta
Russell
live
Westbrook
it.
experience. It is what it is. It's a fun ride. It's you're not gonna win anything great on it, but there's no prizes at the end. It's gonna come stop abruptly, but it's gonna be fun.
It's gonna stop abruptly. It's crazy. No, I was like, I'm sitting here like, man, I'm not understanding. I'm not understanding how this dude can just be an efficient game. Usually, you have a bad plus minus if y'all lose the game and you had a lot of turnovers, you missed a lot of
Mhm.
shots, but he none of that.
Mm-mm.
Like he missed 5 buckets. That's it. And this dude had 29, and he was at 6 rebounds, 6 assists, only 4 turnovers. And you were a minus 14 and your team won the game. That means there comes a time where you were playing so good, at least offensively to what we can see, that someone was seeing you as a target on defense. Or someone just wanted to someone on the other team had to go absolutely nuclear every time you are on the court. And that's crazy.
I don't understand. How old is Russell?
He
These are
will
the
be
questions.
he's 36 today.
Oh shit.
Happy birthday, Russ.
Happy birthday, Russ, after that long rant of you ain't shit.
No, it's not even that it's like you're not shit. It's like I just don't understand you.
I mean, he's averaging 11 points a game. He has a 29-point game and a 21-point game. That's what's kind of funny about that. That's just the Russell Westbrook experience. It comes with it. 35% from the field.
I'm telling you, like
What
it's
do you want from the guy? What do you want from the guy? Honestly.
is he 35% from the field? Is that what you said?
Yes.
Yeah, I want over 40, that's for sure.
If
Dude, no.
you want to hear something funnier, take and I honestly want you to just guess.
Okay.
Guess what he is shooting from the 3-point line.
Ooh, can I
He's
pop?
shooting he's shooting 35% from the field. What is he shooting from the three?
Is it like a weird thing where it's like oddly good? Or am I bugging?
I have no comment.
I want to say he's. Oh, why do I feel like no? It can't be good. I'm tripping myself out. I say he's shooting. I say he shoots the same 35%.
He shoots 30% from the three.
Oh, okay.
Not crazy, but what are you doing inside the three is my question.
Right.
If you're shooting 30% from the three, typically you're not shooting 35% from the field. I don't know. Westbrook experience. That's the only way we can describe it.
So Russell Westbrook right now has a 20 for this season in the 10 games or however many games they played. Yeah, 10. He has a plus minus of minus 74.
Why are you on the court?
And this team is 7-3. It's not like they're a bad team. This team is 7-3. And you
You
have a
think,
plus minus of 74.
what if they win a championship with Russ
Negative 74.
being negative 5,000?
He's the only player that's on a good team in this list. Like people that are negative in the plus minus are like Utah, Washington, Portland,
Mm-hmm.
Andre
Just over.
Drummond. Andre Drummond's a minus 103. But Philly's bad though. So like that makes
Yeah, yeah.
sense. But it's like
How did
you're the only player from a good team and you are minus 74, Mr. Westbrook.
he's not even trying on the court. He out there just doing shit.
Right. No, it's almost like he's like, you know what? I'm just gonna have fun. You know? That's crazy, dude. Shout
You think
out.
he like when he throws in he tries to go for a dunk, he's like, Russell Westbrook. Like,
This is what I do, baby.
let's go. This is a three.
What's that fucking 2K meme where he's like, I'm wide open. I'm gonna let this motherfucker fly.
Russ anywhere on the court. But you missed the last 30 shots. I don't give a fuck.
No, man. Holy shit. I'm
That's
glad I
what's really
got that
funny,
shit
man.
off because I've been sitting here because my favorite thing to do is if the Nuggets play, I just go to the box score, I go straight to Russ, and I look at his plus minus, and it's always in the dirt, man. It's beneath the surface. I was like, man, and I'm sitting here, I was watching that game, and I'm like, man, it seems like it seems like Russ having a pretty good game. And then I saw a stat line, I saw he's minus 14, and they won, and I'm like.
No
I'm trying
way.
to like I'm never been a good math person, but I'm sitting here like that means every time Russ is on the court, someone on the other team's got to just be like Russ is on
Going,
the court, so I got to go crazy,
going stupid.
man. But
Can we talk some fantasy football? 1 and 2. 1 and 2. It's lonely at the
man,
top. It's
it's
lonely at
lonely.
the top. That's all
Yeah,
I'm saying.
we
It's
me and Jordan are single handedly running our 12 team fantasy league.
slight work.
You had some time, number one, then you passed the baton
You
to
know what I'm saying?
me,
I got to pass with my brother. You know what I
and
mean?
then now I
Uh,
can I can rock number one for a couple weeks.
until we play, and
We
then it's
play this
over.
week. We play this
Oh, that's
week.
right.
We're
We do
playing
play.
right
It's
now.
over. It's over with you. That's crazy.
It's beef. It's,
Um,
it's big beef.
I let you have it. It's over. I got Nico back this week. Come on now. I hope.
Nah, it's all good. Um, yeah, man, it's been interesting. And we had the 11th and 12th pick. We had the shittiest picks.
But they can't stop us. They not us.
No, they not like us.
I mean, I wasn't going there, but we were great. We were at what we do.
Yep.
And plus, I feel bad for everybody who got that number one pick that just got Christian McCaffrey back. They're like, oh, he's back. Like
Yeah, but
it's over.
now you're already out of the playoffs. So
It's over, big dog. I mean, Tyreek Hill has to be the worst pick of this year.
yep. I mean, he scored
Tyreek.
last night, but yeah,
Well, yeah, but that's the first time he scored since the first game.
yeah, it's tough. I
I,
called that on a bet though.
you did. You said
I
first
hit.
one, first score though. That
He
that
was
would
the
that.
second one. No, but I bet both. I bet him being the first
Oh,
touchdown,
separately, separately.
and
Got you.
yeah, and I bet that he's going to score. But yeah, man, talk about someone that really got hurt by a quarterback getting hurt. Which I think that happens though. I think if you have good chemistry with the quarterback and quarterback gets hurt, I mean, I get it.
Quarterbacks mean everything, man. How do you feel about this Russell Wilson experience with Pittsburgh? They look so much better with him behind the center. They really do.
He's made some throws.
Yes,
He's
they
made some
they
throws that I'm like, holy that Mike Williams touchdown. I think it was the last touchdown that he threw last game. Over
they
the
look
shoulder, bread basket.
they look really good, man. It's kind of like I could confidently say they look like contenders now with
Yep.
him back there. I didn't think it was gonna be, I like Justin Fields out there. He looked good considering where he was at, but I don't
Justin
know,
Fields is
man.
like the homie. That's the thing.
I feel for him, and I think they're prepping him to take over once Russ is done, which is the right thing to do. But Russ don't look nowhere near done. I don't think they was expecting that.
Damn. George Pickens out there looking like a skinny Calvin Johnson.
And he fighting anybody. That's what I like to
Have
see.
you seen the fucking George Pickens compilations
He's
of
going.
him just picking on people? He's just like pulling dude's face mask, putting his
Yes.
finger in dude's ear holes. Like he's just diving on top of people.
It's like, what are you doing? It doesn't even make sense. He's just like, fuck it.
He's
Like,
the
I don't.
Russell Westbrook of the NFL. Like he's just out there doing shit.
And see, he's winning too. So there you go.
No, man, that's yeah, no. George Pickens, and when he got drafted, he's standing in front of the TV in a white tee with his stomach poking out like this, with a fucking shiesty on.
Oh
There's a
God.
thing that's like when this guy got drafted and they're like hugging mom, crying. This guy got drafted, he's hugging Roger Goodell on the stage, and it's like George motherfucking Pickens, and he's in front of the TV like this with the fucking shiesty on. Like dude's a fucking gremlin.
Y'all know what y'all was getting. Don't be surprised now.
He's wild. No, I got him on
So
all my fantasy leagues though. So,
is the Commanders your biggest surprise thus far? Commanders look
um,
fantastic.
I mean, just from the sense of, I don't like calling them a surprise, just because we just didn't know about Jaden Daniels. Like we weren't familiar with his game like that.
It's funny because we had CJ Stroud last year look like one of the best rookies we've ever seen, and then we the following year we get the same exact situation.
Yep. And it's
It's
always the guy who comes after the people everyone's 100% about.
correct, correct. I'm not sold on Caleb Williams quite yet, but he's making some iffy decisions while behind center for sure.
I think the pick of Caleb Williams, and I am a Caleb Williams supporter. I don't, because I just really don't. We're the opposite. Like you hate everybody. I love everybody. Like I think everyone's gonna be good because I mean, why not? But um,
Except Jalen Green.
I would say Jalen Green is the dude that I just could never get on board with, and I'm
Yeah.
still here. I am, you know. But the thing with Caleb Williams, I feel like this could be one of the biggest picks in NFL history where we clearly saw social media and media in general influence the decision.
Okay.
Like, I firmly believe that if we just put on tape, if we just watched it for how it is, and we completely drowned out any noise of Caleb Williams being the second coming of Patrick Mahomes, being the biggest arm talent since ever, if we just ignored that stuff from people, who knows if it's credible, I think maybe he still would have gotten drafted, but I just think the expectation is just wild because it just seemed like it's everything moved real too quickly for me. Like
Yeah.
Caleb Williams is declared from the draft. All right, we gotta trade Justin Fields. Like y'all don't even want any competition. Like you have to
Yeah,
trade him.
I thought I could understand drafting the quarterback. I get it. Why are you getting why? There was no reasoning for it.
And but the so to that point, I agree, which is why I think they were super gassed up. Like, oh, this is a knockout of the park for sure. This guy's going to be a generational talent. So trading
Yeah.
Justin Fields, like, it doesn't matter because we got Caleb Williams. And I think it was a little too much too soon for the kid.
Had
And
too much dip on your chip.
the offensive line is ass on that team. Offensive line sucks on that team.
Caleb Williams is getting smoked over there.
Now a lot of it is him doing too much, staying in the
Correct.
pocket too long, trying to make something
But
happen.
the issue is he did that at USC.
Yeah,
He does this. It's nothing new. Like if you study tape, he does this. He had
yeah.
issues at USC for this exact reason.
I just think dudes are faster. The
Exactly.
the window is smaller, you know?
But to your point, game tape would have told you that. You know they're going to be faster. So if you're doing this at USC, you can't continue this into the next
Well, the
level.
idea is that like Pat Mahomes did it, so maybe you're getting Pat
Pat
Mahomes.
Mahomes is the exception to everything.
But everyone's looking for the next one and they think they had it.
There is no next one. That's what I'm trying to tell
You
you.
but like they think that is all I'm saying. It's not me. They think that. So
That's a
they're the ones leaning into it.
that's a we're seeing somebody who's the second best quarterback of all time already. That's not going to continue to happen. I just need people need to understand that.
They see him do some sidearm throw while diving and doing a front flip, and they're like, "We got him. That's our first
Hey,
pick.
that's
Wrap it
Patty.
up.
That's Patty.
Wrap it up." Have
What's
you?
old boy from in college? Where is he from? Wisconsin or something like that.
Oh, the Nebraska quarterback.
Nebraska. He does exactly what Patrick Mahomes does.
Is it
They're like
Nebraska
he's
or is it Wisconsin? I don't know. They're like the same.
they read.
They red and white.
But
He,
no,
he,
he
he's
does
doing the
it,
fucking warm ups just like Patrick Mahomes.
bro. I ain't gonna lie, like you can look up to people. I get it. You're not that far from him in age, big dog. Like this is not Tom Brady. Get off the dick. What are you doing?
No, that's crazy. That's insane. And I think they called him out on it. He's like, I don't, I just, I just do what I do. You
Yeah, no,
number
he's like, nah.
15.
He's like, no, I came up with that. No, shut up. You get the same haircut as him.
You can wear the
Bro,
same ugly reflective sunglasses, them baseball
bro,
ones.
bro went to his barber and said, give me this haircut and pulled the picture out of his wallet. What are you talking about?
It was all folded and shit.
Yeah. He's like, make me look like him. It's
No, that's
crazy,
nuts.
bro. And he's not that good. I'm sorry. I know that we're hyping him up. He's not that great. Let's chill out. But we saw what like I'm sorry, Texans fan. We're seeing it with CJ Stroud. Not that he's bad, but we're seeing that, oh, okay, maybe you're not the second coming of Jesus. You kind of we're seeing some reality hit. It's not the end of the world. It's okay. This is normal, but maybe not everybody's Patrick Mahomes. And that's all right. It's okay.
Even Patrick Mahomes has bad years. Like he's having Patrick Mahomes is like statistically having a bad year this year.
And they're undefeated. I hate it
Yeah.
here.
No, that's when you have a good coaching staff, great defense, great offense. They are undefeated and they lost their first three starting wide receivers.
I just want to know, did you watch that Broncos game?
I didn't watch it, but I know they missed the field goal.
I just want to know what evil spirits are in Kansas City. Because why? I was watching that game. I was like, hey, Broncos, not really who
Let's
should win
go.
this. But hey, that's awesome. Easy field goal. He might miss the field goal, but they kick that shit. I'm still staring at the field goal post. Are they chasing the ball? Wait,
You're like,
wait.
when is it gonna happen?
I don't see it. Where'd it go? Where'd it kick it to? I just, hey man, that's championship caliber team. You find a way to win. But damn,
Speaking of field goals, Detroit beats Houston on two of the luckiest field goals I've ever seen in my life. You want to talk about how close I am to losing my shit? Look at the field goal. Look at the distance between the football that Jesse Bates kicked and the inside of the goalpost. That's how close I am to losing my shit every
that's
day.
it.
That
He
close.
threw 5 interceptions. What are we doing?
Jared Goff, well, the I guess Jared Goff and the Detroit Lions become the first team, yeah, Jared Goff becomes the first quarterback to throw 5 interceptions and be down by 16 or more points and still win the game since 1970.
So this is generational trash that we played on Sunday.
Yeah,
And
I know
it's
you are. I want to hear. Let's just get right to it. I mean, we could break down the game if you want, but I think what's more compelling conversation. Let's talk about the Houston Texans. I think it's trending. I feel like it's appropriate. I know we try not to go too hard on our teams. Or go too long on our teams because, we're from there, we're biased. But this is a situation where I feel like all news outlets are talking about it. So I feel like it's only right that we talk about it. What's
so
wrong in Houston? What's the problem? Give me your diagnostic.
so, and I know this may be unlike me. I'm gonna start with saying it's not the end of the world. You lost by a field goal to one of the best teams in the league. It's been the Chiefs, the Lions, distance, and then everybody else.
Yep.
You lost by a field goal to the team. It's not the end of the world. However, I will say the offensive line looked the best it's looked all season last game. CJ Stroud had time to throw the ball, and in the second half, looked like the CJ Stroud of last year. The second he threw that interception to start the second half, everything went downhill for CJ Stroud. Confidence wise, decision making wise, everything went downhill. And I know he's not a seasoned quarterback, but not a seasoned professional quarterback, but you've been playing football for a very long time at a high level. I don't usually expect one interception to change the game for you, and it looks like that's exactly what happened. It's like that interception happened, which is crazy to have that logic when you got the other guy on this other side of the field that's throwing five and it's still, I'm still hooping. But he threw that one interception and it looks like he questioned himself too much. Now, people have been on the fire. Bobby Slowick. How do you
Slowick.
say his last name?
Slowick.
Slowick. I don't necessarily agree with that. However, if I see my quarterback looks a little shaky, I need to change my play call to make something happen. But I think that's where the Texans struggle. They don't really make a whole lot of in-game adjustments.
Yeah, two things. I texted you this and I stand by it and I will repeat it. CJ Stroud's got to eat this one.
Yeah.
Pause. But like it's one of those things where it's gonna happen if he's gonna be your quarterback for a long time. Any quarterback, that's Pat Mahomes, that's Tom Brady, whoever, any quarterback that you're going to have on your team leading it for a long time, they're gonna lose some games.
Hmm.
And it's not 100% on the quarterback, but we can all sort of do some critical thinking to come up with the idea. Yeah, if this person played a little differently or made maybe a couple different decisions, maybe the game's different. And I think it was CJ Stroud. That interception in the end zone to Tank Dell was so surprising
Yeah.
because for multiple reasons. For one, it was late. Like he was open way earlier and
Correct.
should have been there earlier. And even when you throw it at the time he did throw it, if you throw it towards the sideline or throw it back pylon, that's a touchdown. He lofted it straight to his chest, where Tank Dell just had to sit and wait for it like a punt, and
Had
then which
gave time for the defense to catch up with him.
the so that was a surprising interception. I honestly, and I've been trying to hold my tongue about it, but we're 3 games in, or like we're 3 games of not very good quarterback play from CJ Stroud. I think it's clear defenses know how to game plan against him now,
Yeah.
and I think we were a little too quick. And when I say we, I don't necessarily mean me and you, but I'm talking about media in general, fans in general. I think we were a little too quick to crown CJ Stroud. I'm not saying he's a bad quarterback, but when they were talking about him being, top 3, top 5, I don't think he's that. I just don't think he's a top 5 quarterback. And the list of quarterbacks I would take over CJ Stroud is growing.
Yeah,
by week at this point. I'm not saying I think he's good. I think when you look at the tools, I think he has the tools to be great. I think he has the tools to be top five. Simply doesn't utilize them now to shoot him some bail. What I'm watching from the games is I don't think those receivers, I don't think they're getting open. I
right.
think you got Tank Dell, which when he is the number one receiver, defenses know how to game plan against Tyreek Hill. They know how to game plan against Tank Dell. Like they do. So then you're forcing Xavier Hutchinson to beat one-on-one man coverage, John Mechie, who had a pretty decent game, to break off man coverage. It's and if their talent level is just not there, their practice squad receivers, borderline practice squad to
Hmm.
fourth receiver on the depth chart. When you look at that healthy Houston offense, you're talking Tank Dell being the number three option. No Nico Collins, no Stephon Diggs, and a missed field goal at the end of that game. That game with the healthy team could have been a lot different.
Oh yeah.
But
I mean, you got the way I put it is your best offensive weapon and your best defensive weapon. We're not playing.
yep,
So I mean, it's and we lost by a field goal to one of the best teams in the entire league. That's why that's my standpoint of it's okay. It's not the end of the world. Let's not
yep,
freak out. It's all right. We've had some bad losses to some teams that are not that good. I get that.
yep,
But when the lights were bright, we played well enough. I'll say that.
yep,
Just a couple of mistakes when did not go the way we needed to.
yeah. I think as someone who's seen every single CJ Stroud NFL game, um, I think at this point it's seeming like due to how defenses are now game planning against him. Now, if he gets a full healthy receiving core for an extended amount of time, maybe he looks a lot better than he has. So we'll keep that in consideration.
Well, he won't
But
get a full healthy receiving core this year. That's part of the problem.
yeah, so I think we with some of the decisions that I've seen, some of the surprisingly inaccurate situations when he's known for accuracy.
Correct.
I don't know if it's a mental thing. I don't know if it's again the skill level of the receivers, and when I say skill level, I mean comparatively to other NFL receiving cores. Um, I just think I think we were a little too quick to be like CJ Stroud's him. Like I think he's a really good quarterback. I just think there's still a lot to prove there on a week to week basis. But Nico Collins coming back could mean a lot to him, and we're 6-4. Got Dallas on Monday night.
Big game, big
That's a
game.
game to go
Whether
out.
Dallas is good or not, it's a big game.
I don't want to jinx anything, but try not to believe in that type of thing. Houston, I'll say this Houston needs to come out. I wouldn't even try for a field goal that game. I'm coming out. I'm going for every single fourth down. Texans, in order to sort of send a message to their fan base, the league, Texans need to come out Monday night and they need to beat Dallas by 30.
Yeah, I agree.
If that game
Especially
if that game ends up being a close game somehow,
there's a
like
problem.
that's an
They
issue.
don't have a quarterback. Like what do we do? If Dak
Yeah.
was there, despite how bad they've been, I would say something different. But they don't have a quarterback. Their defense looks to be in shambles. They don't look good at all.
Anywhere.
Anywhere. Yeah, their defense sucks. Their offense sucks. Um, you should beat the crap out of them. Now, I said the same thing about the Jets. And not obviously not the same situation, but I said the same thing, and we did not look good against them. So ultimately, time will tell. Lights are bright. I will say if I get a poor CJ Stroud performance again, I'm gonna start questioning what happens when the lights are bright. For you,
Yep.
because you have to, right? Uh, because I think it has to be to me, it has to be mental. Because when I compare that quarterback that came out in the first half against the Lions to the quarterback that performed in the second half, it's like two different quarterbacks. Because I think that first half he was as accurate as we say he is. he was using his feet to move around and still throw out on the run and look great doing it. And in the second half, he just looked like shell shock. Like I don't know what to do. I'm freaking out. I'm rushing it. I don't know where to throw it. It's just to your point. Now, with the receivers open all the time, no. But when Tank that touchdown, Tank Dell got wide open. That was
That's
not
a
a
touchdown. Yeah.
that was not a receiver issue. That
No.
was 100% CJ Stroud. He had
Yeah.
time to throw the ball. His receiver got separation. You just threw the worst ball I saw in that situation.
I don't even the only thing that I could think of was he literally didn't think there was a safety. So throwing it up there, like there no one could make the jump to get it, but there
But
was a
you
safety center field. Like
but
I don't
and
know.
regardless, you wouldn't do that. You would throw it earlier still.
Yeah, it was a routine, but I mean, sheesh, no. So right now, I'm kind of liking when last season ended. People ask me, they say, "What's your way too early next year Super Bowl pick, which would be this year?" And I
Hmm.
said Ravens, the Eagles, and I've been and so far maybe
Yeah.
maybe um obviously Detroit and there's Kansas City. Like I'm not asking you to give me a Super Bowl matchup, but who are some teams that if they win it all this year, you could be like, I saw it coming. Like that, they got it.
And I know this sounds
Who are pretenders and who are contenders?
gotcha. Um, I like Baltimore a lot. I think that they're
This
built to
could be the
last.
year.
I agree. I think that Derrick Henry looks almost as good as he's ever looked. I
Yep.
think Lamar looks like
Lamar's
prime
playing
on.
near perfect.
Absolutely.
Near perfect.
I really think that this could be the year for Baltimore. Now, I'm a big Lamar fan. So I'm a little biased, but I really think that this could be the year for them. They look fantastic. They had a rough start. They worked through that, and I think that those teams that do have that rough start and do face that adversity that turn around, I like to see those type of teams be a little battle tested.
Lamar Jackson this year, he's completing passes at a career high 69%. Hey, shout out. 24 touchdowns to 2 interceptions.
Hmm.
And that's not including his rushing numbers. Um, he has he has a career high in yards per attempt. It's a career high in quarterback rating. He's
He looks better than
having
his MVP year. That's the crazy part.
he's having a absolutely tremendous year. And then at this point, I mean, he's got 538 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns, and 10 games into the year.
Easy.
Um,
They play the Steelers next week. That's gonna be a big game.
that's an important game.
Very important.
This week or next week?
This week coming up.
Ooh,
Sunday at noon. Sunday at noon. Big game.
what a crazy noon game! I bet you they're pissed that's not prime time.
That's it. That should be a Sunday night game.
What a what a scheduling error there.
What the hell is the Sunday night game? Now I'm about to be mad.
It's gonna be the Giants and somebody watch.
Why do the Giants even get allowed to play? Like I don't understand.
You see that it's probably over in
Bengals Chargers Sunday night game.
hey,
Fuck
that's
that.
not bad. I feel like
No.
Chargers are good and Bengals are trying to be good. Joe Burrow's good. Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase are good. Everybody else
Everybody
is
else is
bad.
ass.
Like I typically don't do this, but I watch Joe Burrow and I'm like, I feel sorry for you. He's the second best quarterback this year. Like this year is just this season, not talking resume, we're just talking this season. It's Lamar and Joe Burrow. And then I think there's a lot of space, and then it's whoever else you want after that.
Yeah.
And watching those two go on Thursday night, geez, both had 4 touchdowns, or one had 5, one had 4.
That
Like,
was that's the type of football you want to watch.
goodness gracious. No, I feel bad for Joe Burrow.
Thursday night football game's kind of crazy too. Commanders Eagles. That's
Ooh.
tough. That's tough.
Commanders are going to become America's team.
Yeah, and I like their jerseys a lot, by the way.
They're in Washington. I remember when people were trashing them for being the Commanders and everything. It just took time. They didn't see the vision.
I mean, it works. It's not the best name in the world, but it works. And of course, Monday Night Football, Texans Cowboys. What a show! I'm excited.
I think they were I think obviously hoping two healthy teams, which would have been crazy. But
Well, I mean, the Cowboys were healthy and just were terrible. But
no, yeah, they were bad when they were healthy.
but no, absolutely. I think that assuming the Cowboys were gonna, we thought the
They are
Cowboys are
who we
not.
thought they were. Yeah.
I mean, they are who I thought they were. They're not as good as they should be, is the problem. That's a way too expensive of a team.
Yeah, and the Cowboy situation's interesting because I was talking with my brother and he goes, what do you think the problem in Dallas is? And he was like, it's Jerry Jones, right? And I'm thinking, and I'm like, I could see it. I see pieces of it, but this is I'm probably the only person that's willing to admit this on the internet. Jerry Jones kind of did what you're supposed to do. Like
That's a roster.
you're
That's
supposed to pay your quarterback. Dak Prescott,
mhm.
I know the internet doesn't like him. I know the casual fans don't like him. Dak Prescott
Statistically, he's a great
he
quarterback.
was an MVP caliber quarterback last year. Probably should have won
Mhm.
MVP last year. And so you got Dak Prescott, you pay him. CeeDee Lamb was, if you talk about fantasy, was the best fantasy receiver last year, which means he has a case of being the best receiver in the league because you get fantasy points by catching the ball and scoring touchdowns. And he was
You got to
number
pay
one.
him.
So potentially, as far as last season goes, at least number one quarterback, number one receiver, and then on defense, Micah Parsons, one of the best defensive players in the league. Trayvon Diggs, I know he's had injuries, but like there's pieces. You sign the pieces. Now, what's in between the pieces and, the glue guys that hold things together, can those guys be better? Obviously, they're not good this year. But
Yeah.
you feel like you have a good idea and you run with it. And I feel
The only
like
thing they fumbled
Jerry
on was
Jones,
Derrick Henry.
I don't like how Jerry Jones addresses the media and shit. Like, I think he's losing and I think he's butthurt about it. That's annoying and grow up. And I think, I don't like how he's so out in the open as an owner. Like, I think it's super
Yeah.
weird. Um, but at this point, I don't blame him for going into the season with this team because we all saw this team and nobody said this team's trash. Not one person.
No, he has a roster.
It's
The
a
only
squad.
the only fumble you could have possibly made is
Is
the Derrick
running
Henry.
back.
Is
Yeah.
Derrick Henry. And Derrick Henry looks way better than he's looked the past few years. So I'm not saying they still should have tried to make that move, but it didn't seem like the most outlandish thing in the world at the time. In hindsight, it looks absolutely insane. But at the time, it didn't look like the most outlandish thing because Derrick Henry seemed like he was on a decline. Now he looks like the best running back in the entire league.
Yeah.
What can you do?
Yeah. No, it's I don't put a lot of flag. I just think it was funny how he was doing a radio interview and they the radio interviewers asked him some questions. He was like, "It's not your job to ask me about the team," and they're like,
That's
"It
that's
it
ex-
is it is though.
exactly what we're supposed to
That's literally
do.
my sole purpose. That's like the main reason I'm here." If not the only reason I'm here. Yeah, I don't like that. You when you start losing, you start getting pissy and start getting mad
Just
at people.
most people do just shut up. That's
Just be
it.
quiet, like be like other owners and go to where we don't even know your name. Like
That's
that's
impossible for Jerry
who
Jones. He likes
who
the limelight.
who's the owner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? I don't know.
Who cares? I don't
Who's the
know.
owner of? I do know that. I mean, like there's some like just go and be an old dude that makes a bunch of money off the team. Like, go do that. Get a general manager. Stop being buddies with the coaches. Like, that coach needs to go. Mike McCarthy needs to go.
Yeah, agreed. I don't think
He
there's,
should have been gone 3 games ago. He
but
needs to be gone.
Jerry Jones has a consistent problem with keeping coaches too long.
Yeah, he's buddy buddy with them, and it's just like go talk to him like you talk to the radio host. Go talk to him like that. Like don't talk to radio hosts like that. Don't be
Mike
tough with
McCarthy
him.
shouldn't have made it into the season, realistically.
Yeah, go be tough to the dude calling that is making decisions, calling the plays. I mean, he's probably not calling the plays, but I mean, He influences the people who call the plays. Go
Same
talk to
shit.
him. Go talk to him. Stop yelling at radio hosts. But yeah, NFL season's been fun.
It has been. I like seasons like this. That's interesting. We don't know what's going on. Um, that makes things a little bit more fun.
Yeah, and I teams that go on these runs like Kansas City goes on, they always lose early in the playoffs. They always do.
Yeah,
Like it always happens that way. I've never seen a more beatable looking 9-0 team in my life.
but they won't lose. Jesus Christ. Like just lose.
Um,
I think the Ravens can beat them in the playoffs. They competed with
that's
them at the beginning of the season while they're still trying to figure it out. Um, I'm still mad we got to play the Chiefs and the Ravens fucking 4 days apart. That's fucking insane. Sorry.
that's
But uh I think that's 100% a possibility. I don't know, man. It's hard to Chiefs are one of those teams that you don't feel right betting against.
no, I'm definitely not going to. I tell you that. But yeah, man. Anything music you got other
We got
than
a lot.
Freddie Gibbs? Freddie Gibbs
Freddie.
put some shit out, dude.
We got
Freddie,
Absol. We got West Side Gun.
listen to Absol in the
How you
airport.
feel? Eh.
So I was this is what Absol kind of does, you know. But first half of the album, I'm involved. Like I'm
Yeah.
in it. And then it seems like the back half of Absol's album, it's like he wasn't even trying to make songs. They were just like a bunch of interludes.
Yeah.
And I'm
He's just
like,
rapping.
but the first half was like choreographed songs that I really liked. And then it gets to the back half, and it's almost like you're here, and then you just like got, I don't want to say got lazy with it, but I didn't see the vision at the back half of the album. Incomplete songs. I mean, the JID record is at the end, which I
Mhm.
like that song, but even that is like, here, you rap for a long time, I'll rap for a long time.
Yeah, that's the end of the album is that's essentially what it was. Is all right, I'm gonna rap for a long time. I can rap my ass off. You can, but this is an album. It's a little bit different. I liked all that, which was a single. I really like that.
All that's crazy. It sounds
Uh,
better in the album too.
it does. It does.
Yep.
It fits in perfectly, honestly. He's got a Lupe Fiasco feature, which was nice. I just the best way I can put this, Ab-Soul has made one of my favorite hip hop albums of all time. My personal favorite hip hop album of all time.
Yep.
Every other album after that has been extremely disappointing. And it's kind of is this not the same person making these albums? Like I just don't understand. It doesn't make any sense. Control Systems is one of my favorite hip hop albums of all time ever created. It may sound like a jump to most people. I don't care. That's one of my personal favorites. I don't understand how that person has been making every single album since. I don't get it. He can rap. He almost falls into that Eminem category. I know you can rap. Make music. Like and a
Yeah.
lot of lyricists fall into that trap hole.
Yep.
It's
No,
just I don't know. It's disappointing.
I don't want to put spotlight on anybody, but is Jid the best rapper like in the world? Like like Jid goes on, he got on this Absol album and he got
Oh.
me googling, like he got me googling like bar, like I'm like, I know this is a bar, I just don't know what it means yet, and it got me googling stuff. JID, man.
Are we still getting him in Metro at some point?
Him
That
and
was a rumor,
Metro
right?
has done. I hear like he's talked about it. They both talked about it. It's done. We're supposed to get Metro album and the him and Metro album, and then I think the ending of his story series. Like so he had the
But I
Forever,
have the album now, or I don't understand.
like no, so he's it's two albums to come out. So he's got the Forever story that came out, right? So he's supposed to
Hmm.
have an album with Metro, and then he's supposed to be releasing another album called Forever and a Day.
Okay.
So two albums to come. One with Metro and one's just like
Give give me the album now. What the hell? This has been a good year in hip hop music without having a large amount of albums, if that makes sense.
No, there's a lot of people putting out high quality music. Like Freddie
It's
Gibbs put out some shit.
Freddie Gibbs, that's a great album.
Like, oh my God.
I like West Side Gun's album. I got
West
Texas You Running. West Side Gun's my favorite rapper out of Griselda, by far.
no, I love West Side Gun. West Side Gun and DJ Drama is too many ad libs. It's too many people. I'm not. I have anxiety, so I'm not putting my headphones on, and I got one dude in this ear going boom, 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 and one dude in this ear talking about, man, we told y'all we was coming, and like I get.
See, that's my type of experience. I'm
It's
like,
like
yeah,
schizophrenia rap. It's like
I have a problem in life. I like just blasting music.
just chaos.
I'm just listening to shit in my wife's ear. Like I'm crazy. I understand that. So that's my type of shit. I love that album. But Freddie Gibbs was probably my favorite album that came out of all of that group.
Holy Freddie Gibbs.
Freddie
Like
Gibbs has such a great discography, to be honest with you.
and there's people, there's some Reddit posts, there's some forum posts that are saying like, why aren't we talking about Freddie Gibbs in a certain light? Because he's got classic albums. Like Alfredo was Grammy nominated. You know,
I
he's
love
got
Alfredo.
he's got about he's got about three or four of them that are just
Mhm.
insane albums, but then a name that isn't brought up.
Nobody cares about Freddie Gibbs, which is crazy. I mean, I think he still falls in that like Pusha T category where people are just kind of like, okay, he can rap, cool, and they move on.
I mean that's a fair point. Like he's got Pinata, which is at least a street classic, right? And then he's got Bandana, which
Hmm.
is him and Madlib, which him and
Insane,
Madlib is crazy. And then Alfredo,
crazy.
and then he's putting out then he put out the record he put out now. And it's like he's consistently putting out music at such a high quality rate, and it's the quality is unbelievable. It's so simple, but it's so great.
Yeah,
I
and
saw
that's a good way to put it. It's so simple, but it's really good.
he had that bar in this album where he talks about J. Cole. He's like, I'm not like Jermaine, I won't apologize. So he's keeping the beef alive.
I
Talk,
mean, this beef stays alive. That's the best way to put it. Drake's put out the No Face music video. I like that song too.
I like that song too.
He's being a mobster in the video. Shocker there. He's an odd guy.
Drake's a weird guy.
No, he's weird. Like it's and that's I mean, there's nothing. Most of my favorite artists ever are weird. So like I'm not. It's not a bad thing,
Yeah, I
but
don't
he's
think
weird.
you like a normal artist.
No, that's what is a normal artist though. That's
Freddie Gibbs.
Freddie gets fucks nonstop porn stars.
And
Don't
apparently,
ask me how. Don't ask me how I know this.
yeah, you got the OnlyFans. That's crazy.
That's crazy. I'm in there like, damn, girl, you got this dude got you make good albums. What's up? This is great.
You the reason why this album's
I put
called Pinata.
I put Freddie Gibbs in the soundtrack of our videos. This is fantastic. I see the vision.
Man, no, it's
It's
been hip hop this year. We'll look back on this year 10,
it's been
15
a
years in the future and be like, you remember 2024?
hey man.
And the
Hey,
thing is,
hey dog said it, the even years.
yep, my
Next
wife
year
has this theory that the best music has dropped on even number years.
next year's
And
gonna be trash.
we kind of look through it and we're like, hold on, you
That
might be onto something.
was at the beginning of this year before all this happened.
Yeah, no.
So
Yeah, no, she said that like, yeah, or into last year. She was like,
yeah, it
watch.
might have been the end of
Because we
last
were
year.
saying 2023 was kind of mid, and she was like, watch next year. I'm telling you. Because she's a big 2022 fan. She's like, 2022 was crazy. And she was like, wait till 2024. And here we are.
It's one of the big hip hop years in a long time. The Kendrick album's probably not
Yeah,
come out till next year.
if
This is not
that.
a hip hop album. Kendrick album's coming out next year.
If
You have
that.
to. You think it won't come out?
I don't want to have an opinion. I don't want to have
Oh.
hopes. I don't want to have expectations. I don't have nothing.
Drake has an R&B album coming out with Party Next Door. That's my vibe all day. So
That's gonna be a good album.
I'm gonna sit back and cry like a man.
Like a
Uh,
man.
hell yeah. Uh, I think Wale has an album coming out as well. I mean, it's been a good year in music. I want a Kendrick Lamar album tomorrow, but I'm not going to get one.
And oh, and I want to say congratulations to Tyler the Creator,
Oh,
Chromacopia.
oh, we're tripping. We didn't even mention it.
Tyler the Creator's Chromacopia was 500 units short of 300,000 first week.
That's crazy.
He was at 2,995.
Have we even
So
talked about that album?
we talked about it. We didn't talk about it before. We talked about it before it dropped, but then we hadn't pod, and so here we are.
So let me hear it. What's your thoughts? What's your thoughts?
Um. Yeah, I think it's in the conversation of album of the year for me
Hmm.
personally. Um. If you want to look at music as creating experiences and like creating vibes, and there's footage that's leaking online or that I don't know if he officially put it out of him behind the scenes making this album like by himself.
Hmm.
It's the wildest shit. Like he brings in like a random tuba player, then he's like, "All right, go." Then he brings in like someone that can play the trumpet, and like all this shit's created like at his hands, just him in a room, and that's unbelievable. As someone who does anything like making music, to think that that was that whole album, hearing it in full was made like that makes you mad. You know, you're like, that's crazy, but just he's on another level as far as what he's putting out to put out music today and nothing will sound like it. Nothing's going to sound like that album ever.
Yeah.
And I feel that is something you could have the best bars, you can have the best production, you can have all these things, but to say that you can make music that nobody can replicate, that is in and itself a whole different level of success. So I think the album's great. It's it's the type of music I like to listen to. I don't have any critiques about it. Even the song that was attempted to be a little mainstream, Sticky, I love that song.
Yeah.
Like I think it was very lunchroom cipher. Like it reminded me of high school. Talk
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
creating
I can see
moments.
that.
It's like banging on the table. One person, you get 4 bars, you get 4 bars, you get 4 bars. Like that's what it was like. And um glad to see Wayne on an album like that that's so successful. Wayne's still getting Glorilla.
I love Glorilla. I just want to be clear.
She was the highlight of on a song with Wayne Tyler. She was the highlight.
Don't forget Sexy Red. That's crazy.
Yeah, she was there. She fights for dick.
Yep. I didn't even get that.
She said, "I fight for dick."
It's like,
Like
all right. All
of
right.
all the things,
Thanks. Thanks for that. I
can't
love
re-
Glorilla.
Glorilla. She's really good.
Yes.
She's
Yes.
really good.
She just put out a really good album. Um, she's one of my, I always find like women hip hop has been great this year. Doechii, Lotto, Glorilla, like this, it's just been a lot of good shit. But I like Glorilla. Her album is one of my favorites for sure.
Yeah, it's been yeah, but the Tyler album, um, it's just one of those albums that the Thought I Was Dead song with Schoolboy Q is my favorite song on the project.
Hmm.
Um, crazy rapping, crazy production.
I
And
think that Take Your Mask Off song is my favorite.
the concept songs on this song
I
was
love it.
was
The Judge Judy, there's a lot on there. And it's he's telling a perspective with his mom admitting that she separated him from his dad, so it's not his fault, which is just a wild concept that people don't really
and
visit. That's a
you're
real
a big
life thing.
you're a big concept guy, so
I love a good
that's right
concept.
up your alley.
So
Yeah, the
I like when you're going places where other people won't go.
yeah, the Take Your Mask Off song about, hey, just be who you are behind
Did
closed
you
doors,
did you feel a little Drake topic in there?
Yeah, no, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I feel like Tyler's in tune.
100%. A hundred
Um
percent.
so I know I don't want to do a segment where we talk about Tyler the Creator's sexuality. Okay, he's
Okay.
gotta be. He's like he hasn't come out and admitted anything. He's gotta be bisexual, right?
I don't know. Maybe. I don't care.
I don't. I'm just saying because he kept saying there's this one bar that kept repeating multiple times in different songs where he says,
I'm that dude and I'm that bitch.
yeah, and I'm like, is that you? Then he has songs about like impregnating a woman, and
Yeah.
then I'm like, then he has bars from "Call Me If You Get Lost" talking about he was trying to have sex with Justin Bieber, and so I'm like,
But he's also, I don't know. He's a little trollish too, so it's kind of, I don't know. I don't really care. I don't really focus on it.
I want to know,
Where you put your penis?
like, I don't care about anybody. I want to know what Tyler's doing. I think that would be. I think it would be super awesome to just generate so much success in the rap game, win so many awards, be a better rapper than all these dudes everyone else loves, and then when you're retiring, be like, I was gay the whole time. Boom, bitches.
I think that people just assume he's bisexual and stop caring, to be honest with you.
No,
That's what I
and we
just,
talk about how homophobic hip hop is. That's a great place to be in right now.
yeah.
He broke you because you kind of got to earn it at some point, you know.
Yeah, you got to earn the right for people not to care in hip hop, unfortunately.
Listen
Am
to
I,
what we say. You got to earn the right to be gay, dog.
are we wrong, right? Like
No, it's so true.
Frank Ocean, people found out he was gay, was like, man, his shit's still hard, whatever.
No,
Like,
but he sings is different.
but even then, he still went through that process.
You can't rap and be gay. Like you can't. So I
I would
think
disagree.
Tyler's so close.
I've heard multiple of your albums. So, you got to
No, I don't even
really,
have multiple albums. So ha ha, you're
that's,
wrong.
I got enough songs in my Dropbox to
You
make
making
a
albums
few
for me?
albums.
Are you crafting albums?
I
You're
literally gave you an album cover because you wouldn't give me one.
you're sequencing my album without me.
Said,
Um,
no, I didn't like number four where number six was, so I swapped those, by the way, big dog.
did you rename my songs?
I put an interlude in there too because I didn't like the way they blended together.
You went all Samuel L. Jackson, just fucking.
Did you add a Glorilla feature to my song?
Oh shit. Is there anything else that you need to get off before we end this?
I don't think so, man. I got my Doc Rivers topic off.
You was quick, like you kind of pushed me aside, like virtually. You're like, all right, check
I
this
got
out.
this. I got this. 'Cause sometimes you really got to have these conversations and be honest. And people are scared to be honest in front of the public. And let me know. I'm also scared to be honest in front of the public about certain things. Doc Rivers
It's
is not one
tough.
of them.
It's tough. Yeah, how you feel about Doc Rivers is, I think, how I felt about Russell Westbrook when he was still pretty good. I was just like, I don't see what you guys are seeing, but I'm gonna be quiet. But then when times like this is when that's your moment to be
Yeah,
like,
you kind of like, I told y'all
I
dumbasses.
told you, motherfucker. When Russ won his MVP, I'm like, I don't think this dude's that good. And then here we are. But nah, do your get your Doc Rivers shit off. Now,
Uh,
and before we sign off, let me see what Rudy Gobert's averaging.
10 and 10,
Rudy
10 and 10.
Gobert
I already
stat.
know. 10 and 10.
He said 10 and 10.
I'm not kidding. That's
Oh,
what he's averaging.
you're not fucking joking.
No, I already know. You think I hate off guessing? This hate is strategic. Come on now.
10 and 10 with 1.4 blocks.
It's cute, I guess.
Oh my goodness. You weren't joking.
I like how you just laughed through that. I was like, no, I'm serious. I think you're misunderstanding what I'm
You were
saying.
so fast to get there. He said, at this point, let me Google what Rudy Gobert's averaging. 10 and 10. 10 and 10.
10
It's 10 and
and
10.
10. He shouldn't, you know what I'm saying? He's shooting 65% from the field. It's not that great, but whatever. I
I
don't
picture
care.
you with like a big dry erase board, and then you're just like, all right, what did he like? You're not even looking at the stats, you're doing the math in your head. You're like, okay, he scored this many points. All right, so now this
I'm
is what he's averaging.
I'm updating it live. I'm like
You
10.
have a live like Twitch stream of like Rudy the countdown to Rudy Gobert's career ending, and you have a clock.
And
You're
every
just
time I write stats on them, trash.
you're in a news desk with a suit on, and you're like, this is episode blank of waiting for Rudy Gobert's career to end.
This is a
He
board behind
he
me.
literally tears his
Days to
ACL.
come.
He tears his
Days.
ACL, and you're like, boys, we did
Did we do
it.
it? Did we do it? Just a board behind me with a zero on it. Days without Rudy Gobert being ass.
Yeah, like he has a good game, so it goes to one. But then the next game, trash, erase it, zero.
At the top, we've never gotten past one before.
Dude, that's crazy, man. I thought you were joking. Well,
I'm Rudy Gobert's biggest hater. I don't have no problem with that. It's cool.
well, if we got nothing else to talk about, we can go ahead and cap it off here. Episode 18, the
Wait, wait,
bench
wait,
play.
wait, wait, wait,
Oh,
wait,
oh shit,
wait.
oh shit, oh shit.
Give me your NBA Cup winner prediction, just off top, and then we'll move out.
Oh, it's gonna be some random team. Give me the Kings.
The King. Ooh, I like the
Just
Kings.
some random team. Yeah.
I like that. Give me Memphis, just cause.
Okay, yeah, same thought.
And
It's gonna be some because did the Pacers won it last year, right?
then got smoked in the Eastern Conference Finals. I mean, they were solid though, to be
They
fair. They
shouldn't have
made it.
been there. Like they made it there.
No, but they shouldn't have been.
There's
It's like
some,
it's one of those things like, bro, if everybody was healthy, you would not be there. We know this,
yeah.
but whatever.
Hey, you play who's available.
You play the man in front of you. It is what it is.
Sometimes, longevity is the answer. But all right, well, there's nothing else on the plate. We'll get going on our Tuesday night, and we'll be back soon. Bench Player Podcast, episode 18. This is the Peyton Manning episode, episode 18.
Boom, 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 boom.
Out this beach.